America, what have you become? Too many people staying numb. They want you to be dumb so they can take our freedom. America, what have you become? Sitting around asking what can be done. Distracted by your days while the government makes the real plays. Let me tell you, we've been betrayed. Our reactions are too delayed. Our politicians get paid. Have you become sitting around? You want your freedom. They want you to stay dumb while you stay numb. America, what have you become? Why are y'all acting like we won? This war just isn't done. It won't be fun. Stay dumb, stay numb, eat up the crumbs. America has become a cheap replica, full of politicians with no ambition for freedom. You want your freedom. They want you to stay dumb while you stay numb. This country was built on freedom. They say you the lie, watching our money fly. This country is going to die. The freest place on earth is being drained for all it's worth. America, what have you become? We all know what must be done. You want your freedom. They want you numb and dumb. What will we do? Believe the lies of both sides, or realize that both wings fly for the same bird, a bird that will lie until this country finally dies. You want your freedom. They want you to stay dumb while you stay numb. You want your freedom. They want you to stay dumb while you stay numb. You want your freedom. We want our freedom. But what will be done? But while they step on your throat, our founding fathers will be disappointed that you couldn't have been bothered, 'cause you stay numb, stay dumb while they take our freedom. You want your freedom. I want my freedom. We want our freedom. Soon we won't have none.
Hello, hello. Happy Monday. I hope you guys enjoyed the new song. I haven't done this in like over a week, so this does feel a little bit weird. I don't have the headphones on today. We're not having any guest on today, so I felt like not having my headphones on. It's a lot more comfortable without them, obviously. But I hope you guys had a fantastic Thanksgiving and all that good stuff. But of course, the whole time I've been gone, there's been plenty of news to cover. Too much of it to cover. So we're just gonna cover a few things today, and then we'll try to pick up from there. And by the way, I do have to announce that I do have a job now, so the scheduling for the show might be a little different. Today I did start an hour late today, but that's because I messed up my back and wanted to sleep in. So that's irrelevant to the new job. But I do have a new job. I'm not going to say where I'm working, just because people are idiots and I don't want them to ruin my new job. But boring. I want Valheim. We'll play Valheim later today. I got to take the recycling after the show. I gathered it all up yesterday. But for today, we're gonna be talking about the news, and then going forward, like I believe there's a few days this week that I'm not gonna be able to do the show at the normal time. I'll either do it later in the day, or just we'll just not do it that day, depending on how much news there is. And yeah, so we'll have to make do with that. But one of the first things I wanted to talk about is an update to a story that we covered. Was it last? It wasn't last week. I think it was the week before last. The Slenderman stabber. So she cut off her ankle monitor, and she escaped a group home. But looks like we have this from Fox News. Body cam shows Slenderman stabber captured by police after escaping group home. Slenderman attacker Morgan Geyser found at Illinois truck stop with a 43-year-old man after cutting ankle monitor. And this is still from the body cam. Looks like I guess we could watch a bit of this. See if it'll play.
You guys.
They're just sleeping on the sidewalk?
Okay, unfortunately, you guys can't be back here. I believe that Robbins Police Department, you're able to sleep in their lobby. What was that?
We'll just move around. We'll be
Okay. Thank you, I appreciate that. Sorry to bother you guys. I appreciate you guys being understanding.
The cop doesn't even know it's them at first.
I don't know why I have to do this.
Because I don't believe you're 23. That's why. Okay? We got called here for a call. So just be honest. I want to make sure that you're not missing. As long as you're not missing, you can go on your way. Are you missing from somewhere? Well, just give me your name and date of birth and you can be on your way.
Okay, I'm 19.
Huh?
I'm 19.
19?
Yeah.
It's fine. You're still an adult. So
Yeah, so what's your last name? No what?
I don't want to give you my name.
okay, well then we're gonna arrest you. We're gonna take you an ID. We're gonna hold you an ID.
Tell us your real names.
It's up to you. If you want to stay in a cell for 3 days, by all means, we'll go this route.
At this point, we're just gonna detain.
Put your hands behind your back. Interlock your fingers for me.
What? So neither of them gave their names?
There you go. There you go. Just like that.
How long is this video? It's like a whole video of her in the car.
I'll promise.
Okay.
Guido, recycling is not gay. Yo, what's up, everybody? Okay, so they found the Slenderman stabber, so that's good. I forgot to share the show to everyone today. I forgot to post it on Twitter and stuff. We're just gonna we're gonna see how many people show up without me doing that, because I got distracted by my dog. She decided to get sick right as the show was starting, so I didn't post on like Twitter and stuff. I know you're just messing with me, Guido. Well, see, California likes to mess with you too, because in California, you're actually like forced to recycle. Otherwise, they're just stealing more money from you, because they tax the cans. They tax the cans and stuff as if you were going to recycle them. So if you don't go recycle them in California, they just get to pocket that money. So basically, I'm not even recycling to get money. I'm recycling to go get my money back. It's ridiculous. But anyway. Newly released police body camera video shows the moments authorities encountered the missing Wisconsin woman who almost killed her 6th grade classmate to appease horror character Slenderman nearly a decade ago after she walked out of a group home over the weekend. Morgan Geyser, 23, was located at a truck stop in Posen, Illinois, roughly 25 miles south of Chicago at approximately 9 p.m. Sunday, according to the Posen Police Department, which is kind of funny here, right? Because the police officer was like, I don't believe you're 23. So then she says, okay, I'm 19. And then they're like, okay, we believe that. You're still an adult. That's fine. But she actually is 23. That's what Fox is reporting. Fox is reporting she's actually 23. So that's a funny little tidbit there. But Geyser had to cut off her electric ankle monitor and Geyser had cut off her electric ankle monitor and walked out of a group home in nearby Madison, according to the Madison Police Department. She was last seen with an adult acquaintance around 8 p.m. on Saturday. Bodycam video obtained by Fox News Digital shows police responding to a call regarding a male and female loitering behind a truck stop when they subsequently encountered Geyser and a man sleeping on a sidewalk. As officers attempted to identify Geyser, she shook her head no and told officers, I don't want to give you my name. The officers attempted to reason with Geyser, and one deputy asking, you're not wanted for murder, right? Following multiple attempts to identify her, Geyser admitted she didn't want to tell officers her name because she had done something really bad and suggested the officers just Google her. Wow. Man, that's gotta suck. You like literally you Google this chick's name, and the first thing that'll ever come up is that she was the Slender Man killer or the Slender Man stabber, not killer. She didn't kill her victim, fortunately, in that regard. But yeah, no, that must suck having that tied to your name for eternity now. Forced to recycle is pretty lame. That forced recycling is pretty lame. Oh, look at this cretin. Oh my goodness. Ew. Anyway, sorry, we don't want to body shame people, but dude, he's got like gecko eyes. Anyway, Geyser then provided the officers with a fake name, and officers confronted her about lying as they asked if the pair were wanted by authorities. Back and forth continued for several minutes before Geyser relented and wrote her name on a piece of paper for the deputies, resulting in her arrest. Dramatic footage shows Geyser pleading with officers to say goodbye to her companion, insisting the individual did not know her name, and adding she will never see her again. Okay. Geyser was loaded into the back of a police car where she remained silent for the duration of the ride. Chad Mecca, 43, was subsequently released from custody after being charged with criminal trespassing and providing false information to police, according to the Poston Police Department. Chad Mecca. I'm confused by her statements here. Is this like a trans person then? The male subject located with Geyser was also taken into custody and was identified as 43-year-old Chad Mecca, according to the police department. Mecca was subsequently released. Okay, yeah, we read that. According to the Poston Police, the pair of Greyhound bus, they took a Greyhound bus from the Wisconsin to Chicago for walking to Poston. She ran because of me, Mecca told whatever news organization that is. Geyser and Anissa Weir were 12 when they lured their fellow sixth grader Patton Leutner into Waukesha, Wisconsin. They stabbed her 19 times, and this was all to please the horror character Slender Man back in 2014. Geyser pleaded guilty in 2017 to being a party to attempted first-degree intentional homicide, but claimed she was not responsible for the attack because she was mentally ill. She was initially committed to a psychiatric hospital for 40 years, but a Wisconsin judge permitted her to be released into a group home earlier this year, despite prosecutors' objections. Geyser's attorney did not immediately respond to Fox News Digital request upon comment. For comment. Geyser is expected to appear in court on Tuesday for a hearing on extradition to Wisconsin. Fox News Digital's Adriana James Rodill and Associated Press contributed to this report. News? What's news? I don't know. Joey doesn't do the news anymore. Okay. Forced recycling is pretty gay. So yeah, they caught her. And they caught her in kind of a funny way too. Like once you get caught like that, and the cops are asking for your information, you're kind of screwed. Like you're already caught doing a crime. You're loitering on someone's business. They have to get your identity in case you're like a repeat offender. And yeah, she was screwed. She was screwed from the start there. So it's good to see that they found her before she could hurt anybody. I don't think she should be out personally. Someone who, I mean, at the age of 14, you're trying to sacrifice one of your fellow sixth graders to some like. To some fictional character, like you're definitely not right in the head. So I think they should have stuck with the 40 years in a psychiatric hospital. They should have just stuck with that. Putting her in a group home was clearly a bad idea. Thankfully, she didn't get out and hurt other people, but who knows what she was planning to do once she got out. Who friggin' knows? Only she knows. And we will hopefully never know. Hopefully she doesn't get out again, but who knows? Who knows? The world's crazy. Regime change. Joey wants to talk about regime change. Well, before we talk about regime change, I want to talk about something that happened in California, because this is a crazy thing in a state that's supposed to be all about, gun control and stuff like that. We have this from the Associated Press. Here, let me actually click the record button on this one. We have this from the Associated Press. So this happened in a state that's supposed to be all about, gun control. We do everything we can to control guns in this state, and it doesn't ever seem to work. It doesn't seem to work where I live. It doesn't seem to work in other parts of California. Gun control just simply does not work. It doesn't work. You know what does work? Arresting people that commit violent crimes. Arresting people that commit crimes in general, and keeping them behind bars until they've served their time or until they've been rehabilitated. But we have this from the Associated Press. Investigators plead for tips after 3 children, 1 adult killed in a shooting at child's birthday party. So this was big news over the weekend because they're still looking for the suspects in this case. Stockton, California. Authorities in California appealed to the public for tips, cell phone video, witness accounts, and even rumors as they searched Sunday for a suspect in the killing of 3 children and an adult at a mass shooting at a children's birthday party. Someone opened fire at a banquet hall in Stockton where 100 people or more had been gathered on Saturday. San Joaquin County Sheriff Patrick Widrow told reporters. He said detectives believe the gunfire continued outside and there may have been multiple shooters. Withrow said the deceased were ages 8, 9, 14, and 21. 11 people were also wounded, with at least one in critical condition. No one was in custody by Sunday evening, and the sheriff urged anyone with information to contact his office. This is a time for our community to show that we will not put up with this type of behavior, when people will just walk in and kill children, Withrow said during a Sunday media briefing. And so if you know anything about this, you have to come forward and tell us what you know. If not, you just become complacent and think this is acceptable behavior. Sheriff spokesperson Heather Brent said earlier that investigators believe it was a targeted incident. Excuse me. Of course it was targeted. It was a child's birthday party. Of course they were targeting the people there. I don't think it was like, let's go to a random building and shoot at this group of people. Like, of course it was targeted. Officials did not elaborate on why authorities believe it was intentional or whom might have been targeted. Does there need to be, like, evidence besides the fact that, like, they set up a birthday party at a banquet hall, and someone showed up? A group of people is what is being alleged. A group of people showed up and started opening fire. Why would that be random? That doesn't seem like a random thing someone would do. That definitely seems targeted. There was someone there or some people there that they had beef with, and they were like, let's go shoot them up. Of course it was targeted. There doesn't need to be evidence otherwise. Like, that is the evidence. The evidence is they knew the location of where this was happening, and there was a specific group of people there for the party. It was targeted. Dumb. Just dumb. Anyway. Roscoe Brown said the party was in honor of his brother's granddaughter, who turned 2 years old and was uninjured. Brown, who works with the City of Stockton's Office of Violence Prevention, was in Arizona when he learned about the shooting and drove straight to the scene. He said a niece and nephew of his were shot, and he knows several other victims. He didn't have any other information about their conditions. Let's see, get this off my screen. Who would come and do that to some kids, you know? Brown told the Associated Press following the vigil organized by faith leaders to honor the dead and pray for the wounded. You can't shoot up a party. That's senseless. A kid's party at that. The shooting occurred just before 6 p.m. Saturday inside the hall, which shares a parking lot with the other businesses in the city of roughly 320,000 residents, about 80 miles east of San Francisco. This was a birthday party for a young child, and the fact that this happened is absolutely heartbreaking. Let's see. The investigators would welcome any information, even rumors. So they're accepting even rumors right now to follow up on because they don't know who did this. District Attorney Ron Freitas urged the shooter to turn yourself in immediately. Hours after the shooting, the Stockton Police Department arrested 5 people, including a juvenile, on weapons and gang-related charges. There was no indication that the arrests were connected to the killings at the banquet hall, the sheriff said. Mayor Christina Fugazi told reporters that the 8-year-old victim attended a local school and had a parent who worked for the Stockton Unified School District. The mayor said counselors would be available this week at city schools. Community leaders expressed anguish over the loss of victims so young. They should be writing their Christmas list right now. Their parents should be out shopping for them for Christmas. And to think that their lives are over, I can't even begin to imagine what the families are going through. Breaks my heart. In 2024, Stockton had many homicides, 54. Many more homicides, 54 in 2024, more than other California cities of similar size, but the rate was down through October of this year, according to city data. Fugazi on Saturday recalled a shooting several years ago in which 7 people were gunned down in the city. Withrow said he cut his family's Thanksgiving celebration short and drove more than 8 hours from Oregon to the shooting scene. I put down my grandbabies to come hunt down these animals who took somebody else's babies away from them. Weber reported from Los Angeles. Associated Press writer Ed White in Detroit contributed to this report. So yeah, they're currently looking for the people that did this attack. Now, this isn't like national news. This is just California news, but it's something that I always want to bring up. A lot of people are quick to make arguments for gun control and stuff like that, especially in situations revolving around children. And I just want to say that I do want to make an argument for guns. I think we should have more access to guns. If the parents at this party had access to guns, maybe these people would not have been able to get away. Oh no, he called them animals, must be a racist. Well, Joey, now you're making assumptions. What is the race of the people that he's calling animals? Just saying. Anyway, but I just want to say that if California wasn't so strict on its gun control laws, that maybe this wouldn't have happened. Criminals get access to guns, criminals do bad things, and this is just another example of that. Creating laws to prevent law-abiding people from defending themselves only creates situations like this, where criminals looking to do bad things, regardless of the law, will do them, and they will know that you're less likely to be able to defend yourself, especially in a place like California, where it's so easy to get attacked and not be able to defend yourself. I know people that have had to defend themselves. They still have to go through the court process. They still, the process is the punishment, as they say. And it's unfortunate. In situations like this, if the moment they started opening fire, some of the parents had their firearms on them, they would have been able to return fire and maybe save a few lives. Like, that's the point that I'm looking at. And some other people look at it from a different perspective, like, oh, but if we just banned all guns and prevented them from getting guns, then it wouldn't have happened. No, because then if we get rid of all the guns, they would have used some other means of attack. They would have used, kitchen knives. They would have used their cars. They would have used something else. So saying get rid of guns is the answer is not the answer. Guns are the great equalizer, and we want people to be equal under the law. So if someone were to get attacked, they need to be able to defend themselves. And in situations like this, it's even more important because you're defending children. They make law-abiding citizens live by rules that the worst of society break, thinking somehow that's a deterrent. Exactly. Joey hits the point home right there. The worst of society, they are the worst of society for a reason. And if we create laws that are supposed to prevent them from doing things, what you're doing is preventing the normal person, the average person that wants to follow the law. You're preventing them from getting access to these things. You are not preventing the access of these criminals. These criminals, they don't care. Murder's banned, right? Murder's illegal. Plenty of people still do that. Rape, too. Rape is supposed to be one of the worst things you could do to somebody. Happens all the time. You know what would happen less if people had more access to guns? Both of those things. Murders would go down. Rapes would go down. Kidnappings would go down. Basically, crime across the board would go down if people knew that when I go into a liquor store and my plan is to rob it, right? If people knew while making that plan, there's a good chance that when I walk into this store right now and try to force this guy to give me the money, that I will get shot. We need to bring that back. We need to bring that back. We need to make these people, not only do they need to face punishment from the government, but they also need to face punishment from the average person. The average person needs to be able to defend themselves in situations like this. That way, that's the deterrent. The deterrent should be, if I go commit this crime, there's a good chance I don't wake up the next day. That's the deterrent right there. That should be the deterrent for all these people. And, there's still going to be some people that are like, screw it. I can get away with it. Nothing will happen to me, yada, yada. Okay, well, they can go commit their crimes. Whatever happens, happens. And if they live to see the next day, well, hopefully that next day is behind bars. Part of the issue is the lawmakers have no clue about the world around them and live in these idealistic dreams. They somehow think if we didn't have laws that everyone would go crazy. Meanwhile, Joey didn't get to finish the rest of that. Let's go back. They excuse criminals assuming they commit crime for a reason or some excuse. And yeah, that is one of the major misconceptions when it comes to crime, right? There's genuinely people that, you can say they get off on it. You can say that it's just exciting for them. But there's genuinely people that like committing crimes. They like hurting people. They like stealing from people. And that's just a part of human nature. People get jealous. People have certain desires. There's people that are lazy, and they don't want to work for things themselves. So what do? They see you with nice thing, and they're like, I could take the nice thing. I don't have to work for it. So in a world like that, you need to be able to defend yourself from these people, because if you don't defend yourself from these people, they will take advantage of you. and it's unfortunate. So hopefully the people in this case in California do get found. I hope everyone involved spends the rest of their life in prison. But who knows? It's California. Crimes like this happen all the time. Cops are not well respected here in California, I'll be honest. And it's unfortunate because there's not enough of them here, and there's too much crime. So it's like it's a double whammy, right? Like, not only are they not these judges and these prosecutors not locking these people up, but even, there's not enough officers to go look for them either. So it's a terrible situation that we have here in California. I can only hope that it improves over time, but I don't know, man. I don't know where we go. Anyway, let's move on. I guess I could do an ad read. Let's see, what ads do we have today? I don't have to do ad reads anymore, but because we're doing the news show, I might as well. That, and we're on Rumble, so I should do the Rumble Premium ad, right, guys? Rumble Premium ad. Guys, you've probably noticed. Oh wait, let me full screen this. Guys, you've probably noticed Rumble is growing fast, and it is not slowing down. They're building a real alternative to big tech and put creators first, and they actually protect free speech. Now there's Rumble Premium, an easy way to upgrade your experience. With Premium, you get ad-free viewing across the platform. No pre-rolls, no interruptions, just the content that you came for. Plus, Premium members unlock exclusive content like bonus videos, behind-the-scenes drops, and more from your favorite creators. Right now, Rumble is offering $10 off an annual subscription. Just go to rumble.com/premium and use the promo code STUDIO at checkout. That's rumble.com/premium, promo code STUDIO. No ads, more freedom, and content you actually care about. That's the deal. So, guys, if you want to support, if you want to support, sorry, I just read one of the comments. If you want to support Rumble, you got to get Rumble Premium. If you want to support the creators that you watch on Rumble, got to get Rumble Premium. Anyway. All right, let's move things along here. I was reading Miss for Missy. Your comment threw me off there a little bit. Crimeifornia. Absolutely, it's Crimeifornia. I mean, just look at the politicians here. Politicians here even are committing crimes, man. Like, it's a crazy place. It's an absolutely crazy place. I'm just excited. For those of you that weren't here at the start, I'm just excited. I'm starting work this week. I work Wednesday to Saturday. I'll be working like 24 hours this week, so super excited to be making some real money. This, of course, will still be a outlet for me to talk about stuff. I'm still going to do as many shows as I can. I apologize for the late show today. Normally, I start at 10 a.m. We started at 11 a.m. today. I was very tired today, and I'm still trying to get back into the swing of things. I took that week off, and I don't know. The news has just not been very interesting to me lately. So I did try to find some interesting stories for us to cover. And wait, that's what I'm here for? That's what I'm here for? What, to distract me? Make sure you have Rumble Premium to watch my retro gaming bonanza this Sunday. Well, there you go. Joey's advertising in my chat. You can see it right there. You could wait here. This right here. Right here. Look, Joey's right here. So look at wait. Look at Joey right here. Right there. Anyway, let's move on. So Joey was talking about earlier the regime change that we're now looking at, right? Did I record that last clip? I hope I did. Anyway, I think I did, and then I ended it. I'm a little off today. I have to get back into the swing of things. I haven't streamed news in over a week. Now it feels weird. So I just got to get back into the swing of things. But anyway, we're gonna talk about this next story because I have it in the title, of course. You did record it. I did. I was pretty sure that I did, but I didn't see it over here. I remember clicking the button. I just don't know when I stopped. Hopefully I stopped at an appropriate time. Anyway, we're going to talk about regime change. Wow, advertising in other people's shows. What a grifter. I know Joey's such a grifter. That breaking news, Joey the grifter. Anyway, I'm joking. Friend of the show. He's actually my talent manager. He's friend of the show, talent manager. Record label. I'm part of his record label. That's what he's talking about. Recorded. That's actually a record. He's not saying record. He's saying record. I did record it anyway. But yeah. Anyway. Moving on. So yeah, we're gonna talk about Venezuela. Let's see. So Trump is escalating things with Venezuela. We have this from Fox News. Trump gave Maduro ultimatum to flee Venezuela as land operations loom, according to a report. Venezuelan dictator reportedly asked for global amnesty and military control before talks have stalled. This is also following, over the weekend, Trump had declared that the Venezuelan airspace is closed in its entirety. So we'll read this one first. To all airlines, pilots, drug dealers, and human traffickers, please consider the airspace above and surrounding Venezuela to be closed in its entirety. So, Trump, look, I'm mostly in support of the war with Venezuela to weed out these cartels, but Trump doesn't have the authority to do this stuff, guys. Like, where is Congress? Where's Congress to get these things moving? Like, Trump isn't calling for Congress to do anything. He's just enacting these decrees. Like, it's insane to me that we're still arguing about this. And again, I'm fine with him wanting to do this. I'm not fine with him going against the Constitution. And this is like a repeated thing that we keep seeing from all presidencies. They just ignore the Constitution. The Constitution is fucking Swiss cheese at this point. Donald Trump does not have the authority to declare war on another country. He does not have the authority, even as commander-in-chief, to declare that an airspace above another country is closed. He doesn't have the authority to do that. I'm sorry, guys. He just doesn't. And it's ridiculous that we even have to say that. Anyway, it reads here, President Donald Trump said Saturday that the airspace above Venezuela should be considered closed in its entirety. And then this is the tweet. We basically just read it. We don't have to read it again. It just says, thank you for your attention to this matter, President Donald Trump. As if we don't know that it's him. Anyway, it is unclear whether Trump was announcing a new United States policy or highlighting the administration's ongoing campaign against Venezuela leader Nicolas Maduro. The United States has carried out operations in the Caribbean Sea and Pacific Ocean, targeting boats allegedly transporting drugs to the United States. Last week, international airlines began canceling flights to Venezuela after the FAA advised pilots to exercise caution when flying near the country due to increased military activity. According to the Associated Press, Venezuela's Civil Aviation Authority responded Wednesday by revoking takeoff and landing rights from several commercial carriers, accusing them of joining the actions of state terrorism promoted by the United States government and unilaterally suspending air commercial operations. The Trump administration has continued to oppose Maduro, and the administration has also targeted cartel-linked drug trafficking networks originating from the country. Maduro denies involvement in drug trafficking, though the United States has accused the Cartel de los Soles of being run by the Venezuelan leader. The United States military has flown bomber aircraft near Venezuela airspace, and the USS Gerald Ford has recently positioned near recently positioned near the country. Trump has said that the United States could very soon begin targeting drug traffickers on land. On Thanksgiving, Trump praised the Air Force's 7th Bomb Wing for efforts to deter Venezuelan drug traffickers, saying it's about 85% stopped by sea and will be starting to stop them by land. Also, the land is easier, but that's going to start very soon. So we will be, according to Trump, we will be seeing operations into Venezuela militarily. So I don't know what this means overall. Well, we can only wait and see what exactly is going to happen. Overall, I'm in favor of us doing this, right? But my only hang-up is that Trump is decreeing it. I firmly believe in the what is it? We have separated but equal powers, right? And right now the Congress is not enacting their laws. They're not enacting their rule. They're just letting Trump do this when they should be the ones doing it. So I want Congress to come together and do their fucking job. You would think that with them having the House and the Senate voting on things the right way wouldn't be an issue. You would think that. I asked this question of Jeff on Thoughtcast when we did his Deep Thoughts a couple weeks ago. Speaking of which, Joey's going to be on Thoughtcast this week, so make sure you guys check that out. It'll be this Wednesday, so make sure you guys check that out. Joey Cannoli is going on with Jeff D on Thoughtcast, and I talked about it there. We have the Senate, we have the House, but they still, for some reason, want to get rid of the filibuster. And I asked Jeff a couple of times, because we don't really have an answer to it, how do you convince Democrats to get rid of the filibuster? Like, it was hard enough to get them to vote on the continuing resolution that didn't have much of a difference than the last continuing resolution, other than, like, banning things like hemp and stuff. But we didn't have that, right? So or they didn't want to do that. So how do we convince them to vote for it? I don't understand. But anyway, yeah, I don't know. So we'll see where this goes from here, right? But I don't like this. Overall, I don't like this. I want our Congress to do their damn job. It shouldn't all fall on Donald Trump, and Donald Trump shouldn't be enacting these unconstitutional orders. He does not have the authority to enact these tariffs. He does not have the authority to enact a closed airspace. He doesn't have the authority to go blow up all these different boats. Like, Congress needs to be giving him permission to carry out these orders. It really is that simple. As much as you might agree with what he's doing, you should still realize that it's unconstitutional, and you should also be saying, where's our goddamn Senate? Where's the Senate? Where's the House? Why aren't they doing anything about this? They should be agreeing with Trump in this regard, but they should also be carrying out the vote. They should be carrying out the vote. Why aren't they voting? I don't understand. Where are they? Like, what have they voted on? Have there been any votes recently? Like, even since the continuing, like, I know we just had Thanksgiving, right? But we're coming up on Christmas. Today's Monday. Are they working today? I don't know. Do we ever know what they're doing? Not really, because they're not ever doing anything. This whole year, they haven't done shit. And it just amazes me that no one ever points this out. They're not pointing out that Congress and the House just aren't doing shit, and we're supposed to be the ones that are in control of it right now. And when I say we are, I mean conservatives and Republicans. I technically identify with them, even though lately I've been very pissed off about that. They're public servants. It should be their job to vote, but they are pseudo-celebrities. They are pseudo-celebrities that literally get the job and then do nothing. They get the job and they just sit at home and get their paychecks. Even Speaker Mike Johnson, who can be forcing these people to come in and vote, he's not doing it. And I even told what is it? I even told Jeff this on his show. He didn't believe me at first. I told Jeff when I was on doing the Deep Thoughts that all this stuff is unconstitutional. And he tried to correct me, and he had a conversation with Grok up, and Grok said that the Congress had delegated the powers to the president to enact like certain military orders, certain tariffs and stuff like that. But then in that same conversation, Grok points out that the Senate or the Congress has the exclusive responsibility in enacting these things. And I said, it says it right there. The Constitution, just like the Second Amendment, is very clear in what it is saying, and just because Congress has decided to give up that power does not make it any less unconstitutional. It makes it even more unconstitutional because these people are not allowed to give away their power. Congress can't decide one day, oh, we're going to make a law that the Supreme Court gets to decide if we go to war or not. You can't do that. That's unconstitutional. Just because Congress has decided to vote on it does not mean it's constitutional. And one of the perfect examples I pulled up during that conversation with Jeff was the National Firearms Act. The National Firearms Act is completely unconstitutional, but they voted it in anyway. So just because Congress votes something in does not mean it's a constitutional law. This is what I say about the Federal Reserve. It's not in the Constitution for them to give up responsibility. Why do we even vote? Yeah, why do we even vote if they can just vote to give up the authority? Like, we've put these people in power to make these decisions, and then they give the decision-making power away to another party that is not voted upon and not controlled by the people. So what are we voting for? What are we even voting for at this point if the people that we're voting for just decide to give up these powers to people we don't vote for? What's the point? What even is the point of voting? Like, sure, we voted for Donald Trump, but he does not have the authority to go and enact these military measures. As much as we think it's a great idea, doesn't matter. It does not matter. What matters is the Constitution. I care about the Constitution. I care about the integrity of that piece of paper. And it seems like year after year, month after month, day after day, that it keeps getting more and more holes poked in it. And at some point, it'll just be nothing. I feel like we're quickly approaching that day where the Constitution is just nothing. The illusion of choice. The system of government is not negotiable. They can't vote to make the executive branch a pseudo-king while they do nothing. It's quite literally not for the people, by the people, literally. So our entire system of government right now is unconstitutional. The entire layout of powers within the government, within the Fed, within all these different organizations in our government is quite literally unconstitutional and should not be recognized by the average person. They should be abolished. Most of these, especially the Fed, a lot of these laws need to be abolished. We just need to go like clean slate, go right back to the Constitution and rebuild from there. Just clean out all the laws and then have everyone sit down and be like, we're starting over. We're starting over with all the laws. We're gonna go back to the drawing board. That's what needs to happen at this point. Because it's not enough to sit there and be like, all right, we're going to pick this one out, we're going to pick this one out, we're going to pick this one out, and then we're going to add all these other ones that are bullshit. Like, that's what's happening right now. Every president after JFK is illegitimate in my eyes. And I see why you believe that, Fishy. I mean, honestly, I couldn't help but notice that COVID lockdowns happened. What is the Constitution protecting us from again? Yeah. If Trump wanted to break the laws like the way he is doing, he should dismantle these institutions that are, wait for it, not constitutional. Right. I just don't understand. Look, I expected a lot more from this administration, and we're just not getting it. I mean, we're literally about to start another war right now. We're at war with Russia, as much as people don't want to say we are. We're at war with Russia. We're basically in a cold war with China. We're about to go to war with Venezuela. We are continuing to fund the war in Gaza. By the way, notice how no one's reporting on that, but the past 2 weeks or more, almost every single day, Israel has violated that ceasefire. Almost every single fucking day, Israel has almost every day, Israel has violated that ceasefire. So I just find it funny that like that was one of the big successes that all the people on the right were celebrating, right? And literally immediately after they stop celebrating, Israel goes back to bombing kids, and we're just gonna ignore it. Like whatever, the war's ended, guys. It's over, guys. It's celebrate, woo, raise the roof. Trump ended another war that just started right back up again. Yeah. Like, what are we celebrating at this point? Trump gave Maduro an ultimatum to flee the Venezuela as land operations loom. So let's read this here. President Donald Trump delivered a stern ultimatum to Nicolas Maduro to leave Venezuela immediately before announcing the country's airspace should be closed. Per the Miami Herald, Washington's warning was delivered in a phone call with Caracas and offered a guaranteed evacuation for Maduro, his wife Celia Flores, and their son, but only if the dictator agreed to resign on the spot. The conversation stalled, U.S. officials said, and within hours, Washington escalated dramatically. The ensuing impasse, a source told the outlet, was over Maduro asking for global amnesty for any crimes he and his group had committed, and that was rejected. Interesting, right? Why would he be asking for global amnesty? I keep getting told by people that he's not the leader of any cartels. Well, what does he need? What does he need amnesty for? Huh? What? Makes you think. I just wonder what he needs amnesty for, guys. For any crimes he and his group had committed. What group? What group are we talking about here? Interesting. Anyway, moving on. I just wanted to point that out. Second, they asked to retain control of the armed forces, similar to what happened in Nicaragua in '91 with the Violeto Chamorro. In return, they would allow free elections. I say no. We're not just gonna forget that you were a part of you were the leader of a cartel and you were trafficking people and drugs into our country. We're not just gonna forget that. So no. And I also don't believe you when you say that you're going to allow free elections. I don't believe you. I don't believe that. Look, I don't believe our government that they're always telling the truth, but I sure as fuck don't believe the Venezuelan government. It's kind of like when you're talking about Israel and Palestine, right? And it's like, who do I want to believe? Do I want to believe the Hamas terrorist or do I want to believe the Israeli terrorist? It's like, either way, you're believing a terrorist. So it's like, who could I really trust? It's kind of the same thing here, right? Like our government lies about everything, but I have no reason to believe the Venezuelan government. So it's, can I have amnesty also, or do you have to be Al Qaeda or the cartel to get this amnesty that you speak of, Tyler? You probably have to be Al Qaeda, man. Got to be Al Qaeda. Let's see. I support Current Thing. Yes, you should support Current Thing. Current Thing is liking the stream. That's the current thing. All of you should support liking the stream, following the channel, subscribing on YouTube, all that stuff. All that stuff. You guys should be support of Current Thing. Damn right, Motley Murmurs. No question. No question. You're not supposed to question the Current Thing. You are not supposed to question the Current Thing. I'm glad you guys recognize that. You're not supposed to question the Current Thing. You're never supposed to question me either. I never want you guys to question me. When I read your guys' chats, it should always be nothing but agreeing with me. Clearly, I'm joking. I would love to argue with you guys in the chat. Let's see. What else are you guys saying? Trump sort of does feel like a Middle Eastern dictator. But Joey, Congress has given him the authority to do so. So, like, and what's funny is, like, people are like, oh, but Joe Biden. And it's like, yeah, but Joe Biden's not in office right now. Like, Trump's in office. So I'm going to criticize Trump. We have trained our audience to be good worker bees. Oh, yes. Still can't play New Vegas, so yes, fuck Todd Howard, but also unfuck him because of the show. Throws virtual sandwich. Whoa. I see, that's what I need. I need a throw-in sandwich emote. Anyway, the final issue was timing, according to the outlet, as Washington demanded that Maduro resign immediately. Procrocus refused. Trump went on to announce Saturday that Venezuela's airspace would be considered closed in its entirety. The Herald also reported that the Maduro government tried to schedule another call to Washington but received no response. According to a defense expert familiar with the country's military and state-linked cartel ties, Maduro and key players in his regime could now face their most serious threat yet. I think the operations will start imminently. Former Venezuelan diplomat Vanessa Newman told Fox News Digital. See, the Newman name, I immediately thought of Victoria Newman from The Boys, but that's besides the point. The clearing of the airspace is an indication of a very public warning that missiles might be coming to take out command and control infrastructure or retaliatory infrastructure. This will not be like breaking a jar into 1,000 pieces. This is where you can lift the concentration of power, and it's easier to manage. I don't know what they're saying there. The targets have been identified through covert operations over the last several years by the people on the ground, so they're well mapped. This is a capture or kill scenario. There's a limit to how many people you can remove quickly. On Sunday, Trump told reporters aboard Air Force One not to read anything into his declaring Venezuela's airspace closed when asked if a strike was imminent. Maduro also doesn't have that many options, and his military is very weak, she warned. You can't go after 30 people simultaneously who are spread all around, but certainly high on the list would be Maduro himself. Venezuela's armed forces, once among Latin America's most strongest, have been weakened by years of corruption, sanctions, defections, and lack of maintenance. Much of its equipment, Newman says, has never even been serviced. Their material is extremely old, decayed, and has not been serviced. They've got junk from the Russians. The stuff they originally had from the Americans is decades old and has not been serviced. They have neither the personnel, foreign support, nor the material. Ahead of shuttering the airspace, the U.S. officially declared the cartel allegedly linked with Venezuela's government, the Cartel de los Soles, as a foreign terrorist organization. So looks like we're about to go to war, ladies and gentlemen. What they are saying is regime change will be easier to manage the country. Yeah, that's kind of what it sounds like, right? What sounds like what they're saying is like they can't go wipe out all these people, but what they can do is go for the people at the top and regime change. They're openly saying regime change. That's literally what they're saying here. Joey's correct. Iran backs Maduro to keep Latin America foothold as Trump increases pressure on Venezuela. I would love to see that. Do it, Iran. Do it. Because you did so much when we bombed your nuclear facility. Not that I support that. I thought that was a terrible idea. I don't think it really accomplished anything. But they didn't do anything to stop us. So, jet pilots were making a lot of money off that, and they've tortured people. They target people. Anybody who tell on them, they're disappeared, Newman said. They're now one of the prime drug trafficking networks in the United States and Europe, and use their military positions, including their military-to-military relations, to grow and accelerate those movements. In fact, in September, the European Parliament also voted in favor of the EU-designated Cartel de los Sols as a terrorist organization. The Cartel de los Sols is also a key collaborator and financier of Hezbollah and some of the drug money that has been used to fund terrorist attacks that have killed American citizens, even in the Middle East. This is according to Newman, CEO of Asymmetrica Group, which specializes in defense cooperation. The U.S. has also ramped up a military and intelligence operation campaign targeting drug trafficking networks linked to Venezuela, including strikes on specified narcotics boats. So this continues on. The decision is President Trump's because when he says go, we go, and nobody knows when he'll say that. He has mobilized so many assets down there now, but what President Trump is doing now is long overdue. Congress needs to be delegating all of these things. Congress needs to be allowing him to enact these things. Congress needs to declare war on Venezuela. Like, it's... Again, Congress. Where's Congress? Where's Congress in all this? Sitting back, breaking in that cash, letting the money come in, not doing a damn fucking thing. That's where Congress is right now. Congress ain't doing shit. How do we get them to do anything? I don't know. The timing is right now because even Maduro's biggest backers, Russia and Iran, are both on the back foot, and China will not go that far in backing Maduro as it has bigger and broader interest throughout the region. She also noted that Maduro is also weakened because his partners are weakened and have their own issues to deal with. We also now have a concentration of power and deep repression within the country that's quite unified, which means it's easy to flip. Congress is fake and gay. They're probably AI. I wouldn't be surprised at that point. Part of the strategy to not declare war is so that the normies don't hear about it. Yeah, I agree. Normies don't even know that the Israel, Gaza, Palestine shit is already back up and bombing and shit. That's because they don't report on it. The last thing they reported on was ceasefire. There was a ceasefire. Moving on. Never need to talk about it again. Let's see. Newman identified others in the regime who may be targeted, including Vice President Delcy Rodriguez, Diosdado Cabello, Minister of Interior, Justice and Peace, and Alexander Granco Ortega, head of Venezuela's counterintelligence agency. One of the reasons Granco is an important figure is that he's one of the reasons why they haven't capitulated and why there has not been a military uprising. It's because of the brutality of the counterintelligence that they do on their own military, and hundreds of their soldiers are tortured. That said, the Venezuelan people have made it clear that they wanted Maduro out and fought democratically, but lost. They voted in elections, protested peacefully, lobbied for sanctions, and lobbied for international support. Yeah, I'm sorry, but another country's people begging us to come and help them, like, that doesn't like sway me in any which way to be like, oh, these people are begging for our help. Let's go help them. I'm sorry, but I have way too many concerns here at home in the United States to be concerned about what's happening in your country. I'm sorry. There's way too many things that we're worried about here. I just went on a big rant not 5-10 minutes ago about how the Constitution is fucking Swiss cheese at this point. So I'm much more worried about our own laws and our own government becoming dictators than I am about the dictatorship in Venezuela. I'm sorry, but that's just how it is. Only time will tell where this goes. I am in support of weeding out the cartels. I just wish that we did it in a constitutional way, with Congress declaring that this needs to happen. Congress needs to agree that Donald Trump has the authority to go and do this. That's where I'm at on this. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think in the chat. But that's where I'm at. That's ultimately where I'm at on this. We need Congress. Where is Congress? Who knows? I don't know. Anyway, let's I think it's time for another ad. I think it is time for another ad. Let's see here. What ads do we have available to us? I gotta full screen this over here. My gold guy? What is that? We're just gonna do 1775 coffee. 1775 coffee is a classic ad right here. Guys. You still haven't tried 1775 coffee? Now's your shot. The 1775 starter kit just dropped. Only 1,000 units. You're getting the bold, dark roast that hits hard, the smooth, medium roast, and the Vitality Mushroom Coffee for clean energy and laser focus, no crash. All single origin, small batch, toxin-free, and mold-free. Plus, you're also getting a gold spoon clip because freedom isn't scooped with plastic. A frother strong enough to stir up your coffee and your mother-in-law's opinions, and a black 1775 tumbler. $170 worth of coffee and gear, yours for $99. This for the ones who've been watching 1775 blow up on Rumble, wondering if it's actually worth it. Spoiler, it is. Go to 1775coffee.com/studio and grab your starter kit before they're gone. Bold beans, clean fuel, and a morning routine that stands for something just like Rumble does. Also, it is now December, guys. So if you're looking for a birthday present, or, well, I say birthday because my sister's birthday is literally right after Christmas, so I have to do both. But, you know, if you're looking for birthday presents, looking for Christmas gift ideas, someone who likes coffee, you could hit up 1775coffee.com. Get your, you know, whoever a Christmas gift, or if you got birthday gifts that you need to get birthday gifts too, that works too. Anyway, what are you guys saying in the chat? I see you guys typing in the chat. What are you guys saying over here? Last 32 years of Middle East fuckery. Yep. Why can't the just conquer Venezuela and keep the land for the U.S.? Maybe build a casino resort or a water park or something. Hey, isn't that what he wanted to do with Palestine? I'll be back in about 15-20 minutes. Behave, repo bots. Whoa. Who you calling a repo bot? De La Soul was awesome. Part of the strategy to not declare war was so the normies don't hear about it. Yep, Congress is fake and gay. They're probably AI. I agree. I do agree there. Let's see. All right, we have one more story to go over for you guys today. So this is one of those stories that I saw, and I just thought it was ridiculous. Like, I don't know how else to put it. It's insane that we even have to talk about this. Excuse me. We're gonna go into it right now. So we have this from the Gateway Pundit. Apparently a wannabe influencer is sparking outrage because he was handing out machetes and alcohol to homeless people in Austin, Texas, and New Orleans. Why? What? Why would you do this? I don't understand. Like, this just goes back to like government, right? Like, when things don't make sense and they harm people, the only conclusion that I can come to is that it's on purpose and that you're evil. Like, what is the purpose of giving people alcohol and machetes if they're homeless? It just seems like you want chaos and you want people to get hurt. That's what it seems like. And it says wannabe influencer, like maybe he's just trying to get some notoriety on the internet. Well, I guess the way he thought he'd get notoriety was by being evil, an evil person. Like that's what it comes down to, I guess. In a bizarre attempt at gaining online fame, 29-year-old Keith Castillo, who goes by the handle Pav Wolfie, Point of View Wolfie, on social media, has gone viral for distributing large machetes and bottles of alcohol to homeless individuals in Austin and New Orleans. The stunt, which Castillo claims is meant to keep them safe, has drawn sharp criticism from the public and law enforcement experts for its potential to incite danger and violence. He could say that it's meant to keep them safe all he wants, but you don't need a machete to keep yourself safe. A pocket knife will do. And I'm not saying you should give them pocket knives either. Machete, like a machete. And then alcohol. So yeah, because people make great decisions when they're drunk, you know? Like, I just gotta say, people make absolutely fantastic decisions when they've consumed alcohol. Right, guys? Yeah? Funny. No. So I don't care what his reasoning is for this. That's not his reasoning. He's just lying. Castillo, hailing from Corpus Christi, Texas, began his nationwide tour in October, traveling from city to city to film content for clicks and views. He currently has nearly 400,000 followers on TikTok and videos posted to his accounts. He can be seen handing out 18-inch stainless steel machetes purchased in bulk from Harbor Freight for under $5 each, along with handles of vodka. What? Along with bottles, I'm assuming is what they meant, of vodka and small bottles of cinnamon whiskey. One particularly viral clip shared on Thanksgiving shows him distributing the weapons in Texas with the caption, "Keeping the homeless in the streets safe."
Yeah, I gotta give it. I'll tell everybody. Yes.
That's so great.
Hey, one of these.
Hell yeah, man.
There you go.
So much.
You're welcome. There you go.
This is mine's on stage.
You're welcome. All right. There you go.
Why? Why? Like, what? What is the point? Like, what is this guy gaining from this other than, like, I feel like he just wants to cause chaos in society. Look, another clip of him handing out alcohol. Is he even 21?
There you go. There you go. There you go. On the bottle? There you go. It's for both of y'all? I think I gave you one already, right? Yeah, I did. Okay.
Prison. Straight to jail. The video has racked up millions of views while featuring homeless people eagerly accepting the machetes. One machete recipient responded, "Hell yeah, man." Another post from earlier this month refers to the machetes as big-ass swords, while again claiming to protect the homeless. Castillo has also conducted similar distributions in Little Rock, Arkansas, and keeps about 30 machetes in his car at any time. Why? The wannabe influencer plans to continue the tour targeting Las Vegas, Nevada, Skid Row in Los Angeles, California, and New York City in January, according to a report from the New York Post. So, guys, if I report on a story in the future where there's homeless people having sword fights in the streets, we know who gave it to them. Like, that's all I could tell, right? The wannabe influencer plans to continue the tour. Las Vegas, that's ridiculous. So far, he's armed homeless folks in Austin, New Orleans, and Little Rock, but has his sights set for larger skylines. I have plans to go to Vegas, Skid Row. I should be in New York in January. I have a lot of friends out there. Go hand out a bunch of machetes and fireballs there, too. The fireballs he referred to are 1-ounce bottles of 66 proof cinnamon whiskey. Is it legal? Public backlash has been swift and severe. Social media users slam the videos, with one Instagram commenter stating that keeping them safe, no. Making them dangerous, yes. Yeah, that's accurate. That's not keeping them safe. While possession of a machete isn't illegal in many places, critics argue that the stunts exploit vulnerable people and could lead to harmful outcomes. These are for like tool purposes. They have zero intent for what people are claiming they want to do with the machetes, Castillo told the paper. Castillo had no regrets about handing out booze to people likely to have substance abuse issues. Honestly, I really don't care, bro. It's good for the clicks and views, you know. Got to do what we have to do so we eat. So he outright says that he doesn't care. He's literally just doing it for clicks and views, and if it hurts people, he doesn't care. Honestly, I really don't care, bro. It's good for clicks and views, you know. That's disgusting. That's absolutely disgusting. I mean, I don't even know what to say. Like, this guy should just be in prison. Handing out alcohol, and he didn't hand out drugs. Handing out alcohol and weapons to people, like it says here, that have substance abuse issues, that are probably have criminal issues. This should not be legal. You should not be able to hand out alcohol and weapons to people randomly. You shouldn't be able to do that. So I just thought it was crazy. It was a crazy story I wanted to bring up to you guys. And yeah, I don't even know what to say about this. It kind of speaks for itself just how stupid this is. This is really ridiculous. The guy doing it clearly doesn't care. He literally says he doesn't care. He's doing it for the clicks. So, you know, hopefully he gets a lot of clicks in prison, but I doesn't seem like he's going to go to jail. Doesn't seem like he did anything illegal is what it's saying here. Though it should be illegal. I hope he goes somewhere where it is illegal and he gets arrested. That's ridiculous that he's allowed to do this. It's ridiculous. Are we gonna play the B or not the B? No, not today. Not today. I gotta go take the recycling. Gotta go take my recycling. But anyway, so that's it for the news today that I wanted to cover. Well, I mean, who doesn't want a free machete? Yeah, sure. Who doesn't want a free machete? But these people are like clearly not okay. They're clearly not. These people are not right in the head. A lot of them. I don't think you should be handing them weapons. Like, should we go around handing them Glocks? Like, should we? Like, we shouldn't be giving these people weapons. Like, if they already have weapons, that's one thing. Like, if they went and bought a weapon and they're allowed to own a weapon, that's fine. But I don't know. Shitty Gov is still having issues subscribing to the channel. I don't know what to tell you, Shitty Gov. I really don't. You're gonna have to contact support with Rumble, man. Like, I there's nothing I can do on my end. I can't give you a free sub either. Like, you're gonna have to contact them with the issue, because I genuinely don't know what's going on there. I see Dr. Bangs in the chat. He said, "Who's the pedo in the corner?" I don't know who you're referring to. I'm assuming you meant one of these homeless people. Who knows? Who knows what he's talking about? I have no idea. Go hand them Narcan. Honestly, that would be better. I wouldn't be against that. Go hand them some Narcan. That would actually be better for society if they had some Narcan on them. Why do the emotes look like that? I see one that says shrug, and then it's a locked emoji. I will ignore it for another month or two and try to sub again. Well, I mean, you do you. I'm just saying, you probably just want to contact support at this point. The right tool in the wrong person's hands becomes a dangerous weapon. Exactly. I think he was trolling you. He probably was, but I don't care. It's fine. I'll just troll him back and pretend like I don't know what he's talking about, Joey. Duh. Anyway, guys, I need to go take the recycling, so I'm going to go do that before I procrastinate further for the day. We got the show in today, though. It's good to be back. I'll be back again tomorrow. I don't work tomorrow, but I do work Wednesday. Let me actually check my schedule for work. Let's see here. Joey reposted the channel. Thank you, Joey. Thank you for the repost. I took a screenshot of my schedule. Let me see here. Okay, so there will be a show Wednesday. There will be a show Thursday, but it'll be later in the day. Friday there might not be a show Friday because I do work like all day. Either I'll do a show early Friday or I will do one late Friday. So we'll see there. But I work Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Joey, I will be back from work Thursday in time for Outworld. So if you still want to do Outworld on Thursday, I know you're changing your schedule around, so just let me know. Yeah, so the show will go on this week. We'll figure it out as time goes on, guys. Just do gaming on Friday. No. I literally work like all day Friday, so I'll probably just do early in the morning. Instead of doing 10 in the morning, I'll do 9 in the morning, and then it'll give me like an hour to get ready for work. So because I work from 11 to 7, I think it said. So I'll just do an early show Friday. No, I'm not doing Outworld on Thursday anymore, but Nightcap, sure. Okay, so then I'll be there for Nightcap. But anyway, thank you guys for the show today. I have a new song that I played at the start of the show today. But I'm going to play my other new song that I have. So I hope you guys enjoy this one, and I hope you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. And I will see all of you guys tomorrow. Later, guys. Let's get this new song going. All right, later. This is another new song that I wrote. Later, guys.
This illusion smells of collusion. They must believe that we are dumb, convincing us that we still have any freedom. Casting the confusion all night open, we won't fight. Will they be right? I think it just might. The stage is a gilded cage. Are you not filled with rage? While they steal your wage, can we not turn the page? Your confusion is just an illusion that smells of collusion, yeah. You need to wake up, but don't need to take that. They don't believe broadcasting the confusion all night, hoping we won't fight. Will they be right? I think it just might. They filled us with fright. Who will hear our plight? Won't that be a sign? The stage is a gilded cage. Are you not filled with rage? While they steal your wage, can we not turn the page? Yeah, for this gilded cage. Little sage. Oh, little sage. It's our last chance to bring this dance, to break the illusion of this gilded cage and the confusion of this age. Their collusion against our rage. Even the most gilded cage is still a cage. Let it fill you with rage, so that we may turn the page of the collusion that keep up the illusion